Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to talk about loans. This next video coming up is about loans and should you loan? If you loan, how much? Will you get it back? And how often will they ask you for a loan? What if they don't pay it back? Will you hold grievance against them? Will you be upset at them for not paying you back? Not only that, do you have some type of agreement with your wife that maybe if family asks her for loans? So you might need to get all these things clear before you actually give out the money or just tell them you're on a budget. So this next video coming up is going to be about loans and what to expect and how to handle loans. So I want to thank everybody for watching. So thank you. From Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I'm going to talk about something that we've talked about this many times. But I'm actually going to bring it up again because I got this question that sometimes people ask me, hey, I bought this at the store the other day. Isn't that a big old brush, right? $1, 50 peso. Really nice. We need many of these because some reason I have, this is a tangle brush, and you know, it's not one of those non-tangle. I have a non-tangle brush here. It keeps the tangles out, and I don't know the difference, but anyway, I got one of those. Of course, I don't have a problem, the girls do, but the girls go through these like water. This one's very expensive in USA. So, should you loan money? How much should you loan? And will you ever get it back? Do you think maybe that you have a family member? The one thing you need to get clear with a family member when you actually first come to the Philippines is, should you loan money? And that's a big question. That's something that you're going to get asked. You know, a couple thousand peso will not hurt someone. 1,000 peso will not hurt someone. Only if they ask all the time. Do you get it? Yes. Will you have it happen? Yes. Well, you just need to make it clear to the family. Listen, I'm only on this much is my budget. Of course, now here's the problem too. If you don't give it, they can't have it. But once you start giving, expect they're going to call and they're going to be there. And it's not a bad thing. Because even myself, I found myself in a situation where I needed to get some money myself. And I needed a loan. Yeah. I was actually building this house next door. This house is on the way. I had put, we had put, I don't remember, $2,000 in Chichi's account in town. And we had all kinds of stuff going on, and I had to pay the broker on the house. Well, guess what? The banks were closed. Unexpected fiesta. Duterte declared a fiesta. The banks were closed. Well, guess what? She needed that money in the bank, like right now. I physically, and I'm going, the banks are closed. I will meet you, Tom. I need to get that money. Oh, I have to. I'm at the customs office. I'm going to have a guy come from Davao there to meet you. He needs that money today. Well, I was looking around, and we could scrounge up 20,000, and I need 75,000. It's not. I said it can't be done today. She says I got to have it today, or you're going to have to wait another 2-3 weeks to get your thing out. It's going to cost you another $1,000-$2,000. So which one you want to do? So what I did was I said okay, and I went to Chicha's sister, and I said, hey, I don't know how you're doing. I know you got the big farm, and I know you sometimes don't have it. I said, I need to borrow about 75,000. She says, Tom, you're lucky. I just happen to have it. I said, I can give it back to you tomorrow or the next day. She goes, it's okay. I trust you. You pay me Friday. It's okay. And this was like on Monday or Tuesday. And I said, well, it's not that. I said, she goes, she went in the bedroom, got me the money. So thank goodness for that. So do I lend money? Yes. Do I help money? Yes. And I help whenever. And it's not saying you can count on this hand. You know, it's not like I get that many. I'm talking years. I'm talking years. I'm talking, well, I've been here since 15, and it's 19. May of 15, so here you go. So maybe 5 times that people ask me. You're going to get it. And so the best thing to do is actually make a choice and make a call on it. So, and what happens, and I have a friend that her parents are constantly asking for money. And so he put them on a budget. He gives them 10,000 peso a month. And they want more. And I told him, do not do that. They lived on how much before? He says, oh, they're living on $5,000 a month. I said, why now or they need more? Because they expect it. So the best thing to do is get that guidelines down in the beginning, because if you put a feed down for an animal, horse, or anything that you have, or you have a source of income, a source of money, people are going to grab to that all the time, and this, that, and other. So you have to be careful on what you dib and how much you dib. Will it make them happy if you give it? Yes. Will it make you happy if you give it? Well, sometimes yes, sometimes no. But if you're strapped yourself, you don't want to find yourself with no money. And it's happened to a lot of people, and include myself at that time. I mean, I had money. I had $20,000 available. I knew I could get more the next day, but it was just the fact is I had that guy's coming, and I mean he's literally coming. They needed to have it back that day. So the best thing is work this all out before you get into a relationship. Take your time with it. Excuse me. Talk about it. Talk about what's the best thing to do, because you never know what's going to happen. We all know things happen. We all know that things happen unexpectedly. Is it a perfect world? Can you still fall short? Yes. Can I still fall short? Yes. I mean, is everything you have set perfect? You think you know. There is no way in the world that you know. And I include myself. Man, I am far being an expert, and I've always been the type of guy, I got to tell you, if I saw something in the store and I wanted it and I didn't have the money, I figured out how to get it. So I'm one of those guys. But then I realized later, I go, man, why did I do that? So I have a different outlook about it. And I was in my 40s, I was like that. If I saw a car and I already had a car and my car was good and I wanted another car, I'd go get that car. And that wasn't really a good thing. It's not good business. It's not being smart. So I learned, and I did learn the hard way. You know, you just have to be careful what you do when you do it. But here in the Philippines, you're gonna have people ask you. And so they're right here. You can actually get loans here. You can actually go get a loan yourself, and say you're going to buy a motorcycle and you want to buy a motorcycle, you can actually loan it out. They're just going to require, they want to see your stubs and things like that, and bank account and your visa and all that, and how your stature here. They may ask for a barangay clearance or something, but yeah, you can actually get a loan here yourself. So if you needed $75,000, you could go to the Pakistani or the Turkish guys and get a loan. But the problem is you have to pay it back in some cases, depending on what it's set up, daily. So they'll hit you up quite a bit daily. You'll have a guy come by your house every day. You can have it weekly, bi-weekly or monthly, but more than likely they're going to want some type of money pretty quick on it. They're not going to let you go a long time. Now you can go to the bank and get it, but the bank sometimes what they do is they'll require the same. You have to fill out an app. You'll have to go through the criteria. They want to know how much you have, your assets. I mean, it's a normal thing like it is anywhere else. They want to know how much money you have and how you're going to pay the money back. How are you going to be able to pay it back? You get a loan. So many people get a loan for a car and they can't pay the loan back. It happens all the time. You want to buy a car, you set it up with the bank, go see the bank manager. You have any cars that's been repossessed in a while. And in a lot of cases, some has been repossessed within a year or 6 months. And the cars are usually kept up. They don't really rag them out because they appreciate things here. They really do. You'll have some that don't. I mean, they'll keep a car running forever if they can. It's just something they do here. So I want to talk about that, give you guys some ideas about it. So loans in the Philippines, so they have them, yes. And how do you handle it? It's entirely up to you. But you need to talk to your wife about it. You need to or your girlfriend, and make sure you get that clear in the beginning. Because what will happen, somebody will get sick, or something happens, and how do you handle it? What do you do? What's the quickest way to get that resolved, right? So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe and hit like. I do want to say this, that when you do get a loan from someone, make sure you get it from someone that's accredited, meaning someone that you, it's a bank or something like that. Don't necessarily trust, I'm adding this in the video because don't necessarily trust someone that you do a loan with that you're not really sure who they are and what they're about, because you don't want them at your house. You don't want them knocking on your door. So, because a lot of times you don't really know, there are loan companies in town that actually have storefront, but they're licensed. They have a open. But I think if you're going to get a loan somewhere and you need money here in the Philippines, if you need money personally, you can get it through a bank or something like that, and then you can back it up with whatever affidavits you need and things like that. But I'm saying this in case a situation does arise. People do get in that situation, but I thought everybody would like to know that.